if we could just remind you, all of you people that are sitting on top of the hay bales, if you could jump off there, please. The OH&S Fun Police have come to the party and said no hay rides for you guys, even though you're not getting anywhere. So if you could jump off the hay bales, we would certainly appreciate that. Otherwise, we're going to send Big Mick up there, and well, I don't know what Big Mick's going to do, but I'll tell you what, he's got a head full, or he's got a head like a hat full of ugly people in there. I was just trying to keep that family friendly there for a second. I just got myself lost.
Hey, Cavi.
Yes, mate.
Why does a squirrel swim on his back?
Dunno.
Keep his nuts dry.
Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been in the part of the crowd, you know the jokes are bad, but the racing is good, and we are about to go into the finals. And I'm going to go through the list of finals for you. Normally we run a top 12, but there have been a lot of breakages here this weekend. So in both classes, in both the International Group A and the Unlimited Superboats, we only have 9 competitors. From there, we will get down to 6, and from there, we will go to the 3 fastest to run off against one another to see who is going to stand on top of the podium for round 2 of the Australian Jet Sprint Championship. So in the 400 class, from slowest to fastest, it will be Ivan Safranek, Brad Marsden, Greg Harriman, Justin Roylance, Jody Eli, Paul Kelly, Brett Thornton, Mark Garlick, Ben Hathaway. And in the methanol-sucking monsters that are the Unlimited Superboats, it will be Glenn Spider-Roberts, Daryl Hutton. They will be both A and B driving the Victorian American Imports vessel. Paul Burgess, Ted Segudas, Derek Segudas, Mick Carroll, Tony Gastozzi, Tremaine Dukes and Fonzie Mullen. So, yeah, those are the guys that have made it through, well, the only ones left. Daniel Lavoie in the Devo machine got some information during our break. He has destroyed the jet unit, cracked the casing. It's actually punched the intake of the jet unit through the bottom of the floor, so there's a fair bit of water ingress there. And apparently a tube of silicon isn't going to fix that one, so he's out for the day. We heard news before that the Western Australians, Nigel and Michelle Johnson, they are out for the day. We have had some big carnage. Daryl Hutton spoke with the crew chief, Peter Freckleton, just a little while ago, and they've had trouble with the strakes. And the strakes are little aluminium pieces that go from the stern of the boat towards the bow and help the boat gain traction in the water. They've had trouble with those strakes coming off, and they are going to go to the tried and tested technique of using rather large tech screws to hold them into place. So, well, this is what happens when you go V8 Superboat racing. You need to be able to keep the boats on the water. So those guys using the full-on tech screws with the ratchet gun to keep those strakes in place. It should be interesting because that boat hasn't been handling all that well at all. You can see now some of the Group A boats are starting to come down onto the ramp. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, and there is plenty of them, don't worry about that, which is just such a wonderful way for this community here in Keith to just get this event on, and it is just gaining popularity. Aussie Farmers Group, a family-owned and operated organisation based in the mid-south of South Australia at Wirrabara, servicing members nationwide, and ensures its members have access to a wide range of farming products and services, and they combine the buying power of members, enabling them to negotiate preferential pricing that provides members with exceptional purchasing advantages on the products and services that they are already using. Agnew Drilling, another family-owned and operated water well drilling company. They can go to confined and unconfined aquifer drilling. We thank them for drilling the ball for the jet boats as we go finals time in the 400s. It is Ivan out on water at the moment. And, well, Ivan only got one track direction right. He was lucky to actually qualify into this part of the meeting. So really going to have to step on it. Ivan Safranak, Chris Uran is doing the navigational duties, and you can see how the water is just whiting up in a very, very big hurry out here. And this is the opportunity that all of these racers, the drivers, the navigators, the crew chiefs work hard into the sudden death eliminations. Ivan doing so much better this time out, but he's hit the dirt, the commentator's curse, and he was going the wrong way anyway. He went into the wrong channel. He needed to go the channel further up the track. So Ivan has that, I dare say, that is the end of Ivan Safranek for this weekend. So, Ivan will be up on the trailer, and this is the song we play for the people who do not play any further part in the day. At around about 3:15, ladies and gentlemen, we will actually be having an aerobatic display right above the facility here at the Keith Diesel and Dirt Derby. And we'll take a break in the racing so we can cast our eyes skyward as we get one of Australia's preeminent aerobatic display pilots doing some circle work in the air effectively. So we are certainly looking forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of Ivan Safranek and Chris Guren. But look, they've done a very good job out here this weekend, considering it is their second ever race meeting. And we'd like to thank them for cruising along, and we look forward to seeing them at the Griffith Racetrack in New South Wales during the Easter weekend on the 15th of April. It will be a day-night race down there at Griffith. So go to v8superboats.com.au to check out all of your news, views, information and race dates right around this great brown land. So the next boat to face the starter will be young Ben Hathaway, clearly the fastest man in the International Group A category here this weekend. Ben has run his quickest time of a 52.889, and he is some 2.5 seconds quicker than the rest of the field at this point. But I can guarantee you these boys and girls are not going to lay down and let him get away with that. So Ben Hathaway now in the International Group A category. It is a 400 cubic inch boat, produces around about 650 horsepower across all of the boats in this category. It is raced on an international level around the world, in New Zealand, in America. The Canadians have got involved as well. So a restricted form of jet sprinting. Ben Hathaway and Lisa Ops now. Straight up, Ben Hathaway's been coming out of the blocks very, very quickly each and every time, and looking absolutely sensational. Has not put a foot wrong all weekend. The weapon, the boat that is a new package for Ben and Lisa, doing very, very well and racing to really great effect at the moment. So Ben Hathaway, Lisa Ops now coming down towards the far side of the track, in through the split. Where's their split going to be? It's going to be a 36.090. Little bit of a straightener upper there. So Benny Hathaway looking a little bit more ragged than he has in the past. This run now down that back straight gave the barrels a little bit of a nudge. Ben Hathaway across the line, 52.988. And wow, he has gone about 0.1 slower than he has previously. And that looked like a very, very tidy lap. And looking forward to, I dare say that top, well, that is, we will see Ben progress into the top six. Once they get into the six, all of the previous times of the day are discounted. It is the next three fastest from there that will progress further. So as we said, this is the International Group A category, restricted to around about 650 horsepower. The next boat to face the starter will be Jody Eli. Jody Eli. Blaz is the navigator. The boat is the Rampage. Stingray hull brought here by GM Motorsport and Ripshift. Jody Eli came into this round with a time of around about a 57-second mark. Needs to come down quite significantly to get there. Oh, he's grabbed the inside. Jody Eli, bang! You are out, mate. That was huge. Clipped the barrels on the inside. That was huge. Blaz, his mate, the navigator.
Just here with Ben Hathaway.
That is massive. Absolutely massive for those boys. I'll tell you, I can see that both driver and navigator still very well strapped into their seat, and well, they're quite close and comfortable there at the minute. They'll just roll this boat up gently onto its feet. Both Jody Eli and Blaz taking a different perspective on the world.
Just here with Ben Hathaway, just got back in weapon, mate. Very tidy lap, and this is the business end, and you're looking hot.
Yeah, mate, I was pretty happy with that. Usually after a long break like that, I lose my concentration, and the first lap out is a bit messy, but yeah, no, really happy with that.
Looking good, Ben, so keep it happening, mate.
Cheers, mate.
So what happened there, ladies and gentlemen, with Jody Eli as he came down towards commentary, just got in too close on the inside, clipped the inside of the barrels, and, well, it was pretty unforgiving. You saw how that goes as Jody just flicks his balaclava into the bank, back into the boat. Ladies and gentlemen, Jody Eli and Blaz, give him a round of applause. It was actually quite funny because they were so close there, and I think in my excitement I might have turned the microphone off, and well, which was pretty silly of me because I was very excited about the whole thing. But Blaz, the navigator, just looking down, and they were giving one another a bit of a high five and a bit of a man hug while I was still strapped into the boat. But both A-OK, race director Grant Burke over there, he'll just probably ease them towards the ambulance, and they'll probably say, look, don't worry about it. But that is the end of the day. Sudden death, goodbye to Jody and Blaz. So, ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering why every time a boat comes off the track that you see somebody run out there with a bucket of water. There's a fairly reasonable account of that. If the boat is on fire, or indeed if the driver or navigator specifically are on fire with these particular boats, they will douse them down with the water and prevent them from burning too rapidly. And, of course, driver and navigator safety is absolutely paramount. I tell you, the rescue crew have been put to work very, very hard today. So let's take an opportunity to give our rescue crew, our mud rats, a big round of applause as well. They have got the best seats in the house, except for me. I've got a air conditioner. But they got the best seats in the house, and they're very, very brave people. Chris Kent, who have you got down there?
I just got Jody Eli. Mate, that's, well, what can you say? It's bloody bad luck, but talk us through it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. You just maybe clipped the outside or the inside. I really couldn't tell you what happened.
Yeah, I think you just caught the inside, mate, and she started to get a bit of air, and from there on you were a passenger.
Yes, certainly were. We'll go and watch the header derby now, I think.
Mate, it's a cruel sport, isn't it? When you race all day and you're putting in good times and looking good, and then suddenly you're out.
Yes, mate, that's racing, unfortunately. Not much we can do about it.
No, mate, all you can do is put her on the trailer, clean her off, and bring her back next time.
Yes, we'll be back next time.
All right, Jade.
Yeah, very unfortunate way to end the day, and you can hear the disappointment there in Jody's voice. But, well, that's the way that racing goes. So the next boat to face the starter will be PK, Paul Kelly, and Matt Gow doing the navigational duties there for PK Auto and Marine Electrical. And these guys came into this round, Paul Kelly with a 55.8, so they will need to drop that time down. Ben Hathaway, clear leader at this point in the International Group A with a 52. All right, the air show is about to happen. We are led to believe, can't hear any planes, look skyward and give us a bit of a thumbs up when that's happening. So we're looking forward to seeing one of Australia's top aerobatic pilots coming along. 3 minutes to count down to our aerobatic display. And, well, I'll tell you what, how cool will that be? Flying an aeroplane, effectively doing circle work in the sky. That really appeals to me.
Yeah, if you ask me, mate, there's better things to do. Just having a quick look at Rampage here. Again, doesn't appear to be a hell of a lot of damage. Bit of a dent, that's it. Okay.
Well, that's all you. That's very fortuitous in an unfortunate circumstance. All right, we're going to have one more boat before our aerobatic display, so you can hear PK getting this boat started. Okay, so our last boat before the aerobatic display will be PK Paul Kelly. All right, so Paul Kelly, Matt Gow now. This is down on horsepower for the Group A. It's around about 600 horsepower, the Scott Jet unit. So we are going to get Paul Kelly. He's about to go green. And there is no green. Oh, the air show's happening, righto. Paul Kelly's been sent back around. So if you look opposite the commentary tower, ladies and gentlemen, that is the air show. I'll put the microphone down so you can cast your eyes skyward and check out what is happening in the air with the circle work.
around the big debonair. If you're in the debonair and you sound like somebody swinging a chainsaw around your head. It's not very noisy in there, it gets very close. everything around Warren. So wherever Warren goes, Chris goes. So Warren becomes the horizon. And we've had actually had accidents over trees where people flying in formation actually follow the lead aircraft into the ground. I'm sure that's not going to happen today, but wherever Chris Warren goes, Chris will follow. I'll get Chris to say a few words in a moment, but I'll wait for the point where it's not flying. Chris say a few words through the radio in a moment. I'll wait until he's flying and turning over the Devonny. I know.
We have been told that that is the end of that display, and what a cracker of a display it was. I've been told that the bloke in that, the pilot there, is 70 years old now. I do know a few 70-year-olds are actually walking around on, well, not walking too well, and that bloke's up there doing that sort of stuff. That is, well, he's certainly got some kahunas, is all I can say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go back jet sprinting. PK, been sitting in the boat for a little while now, went out on track in this sudden death elimination, was brought back to the pits. I wonder if that's played any games with his mind, if that has created any problems, any sort of adjustment to the focus could well and truly make this difficult for Paul Kelly, the auto electrician from Queensland. Matt Gow doing the navigational duties. This is a Group A category boat. This is sudden death elimination. We are looking for the 6 fastest boats to progress to the next step. This is a Stingray hull. How is PK going to go? He's going to have to keep it tight. Very, very tight. His time coming into here was around about a 55.8. Jody Eli, we saw, spat the boat out. And when you spit it out is the last chance. PK at the moment looking though he's on the right course. Now into the washing machine at the top part of the course. That part up there, the tricky part at the top part of the islands there, the top part of the track, makes it very difficult. There's a few jumps in there through the split timing. The split timing there was a 37, so he's well down on the time that Ben Hathaway's got. Eased it down big time. Did PK. He knows that he's got Jody Eli's thrown himself out. Ivan's thrown himself out. He just needs to get to the top 6. That is a smart drive. PK with a 55.9. Some 2 seconds down, 2.9 seconds down on the time that Ben Hathaway posted. But with 2 competitors already out, PK just had to get around the track and hope that one of the other boats goes slower. So we are looking for the 6 fastest boats in the top 9. We've already got 2 out. Ivan parked it up. Jody Eli crashed it. We are now going to go to the boat. 2 obsessed. Brett Thornton, the man from Harvey Bay, his wife Lynn sitting right in alongside him in the silly seat. This is your reigning Australian champion in the Group A category. Very quietly spoken man, been having a little bit of trouble. He's been hitting islands, he's been hitting barrels. He's going to try and avoid all of that for this particular run as Brett Thornton launches the Stinger up the front chute. Now into the all-important spit water roundabout. On the exit there, yeah, very nice on that exit. Just opens up the bottom of the race course very, very nicely indeed there. Brett Thornton already aware that Jody Eli's out. He's aware that Ivan is already out, so he won't be pushing super, super hard. Just needs to keep this boat off the drums, off the tyres, off the islands. Keep it in the wet stuff. So Brett and Lynn Thornton. Lynn very animated with her left hand there as the navigator. The right hand is strapped. So the split was a 38.33. So he's well down on the time that Paul Kelly did. He's a second down on the time that Paul Kelly did. So Brett Thornton, this won't be his quickest time, but a 55.818. I think he will have done just enough to progress. So Brett Thornton has gone slower, only by 0.3 than he did in his last run. Chris, you've got PK down there.
Yeah, I got PK, Paul Kelly, 0 racing. Again, screwing around to have a look at the clock and see how his rival Brett went, and once again went damn. But mate, very, very tidy run, and you've got to be happy with what you're doing out there.
Yeah, no, mate, we're wrapped. We're where we want to be, so we'll go hopefully get to the top 6 and go from there.
Mate, I think, there's some blokes you just watch and you know they've got that little bit, and I'm thinking you're sitting.
Yeah, there's one guy right next to you who's got it. He knows he's got it too. So we're chasing him and it's fun, so that's the main thing.
All right, mate. Great run.
Thanks, bud.
Our next boat to face the starter will be Brad Marsden. This boat is the Transformer. Brad is the specialist marine manufacturer out of the Tweed Coast region there. Mark Oakley doing the navigational duties. And Brad came in here with a 59, so he's really going to have to get a hurry up. Got a bit of pace up the front chute, really backed it off, set it up quite nicely for that first right-hander. Coming out of the Spitfire donut now. The boat a little bit unsettled, but he's kept hold of it. Mark Oakley doing plenty of pointing, plenty of waving there in the navigator's chair. The silly seat, is he the navigator or is he the navigator? So Brad Marsden, he's going to need to get a pretty decent hurry on if he wants to be featuring at the pointy end of the field today. So where is he going to be on the first split? I dare say he's going to be well down. He's on a 40, so he's... Oh, Brad Marsden upside down. Safety crew running, absolutely frightening this moment. You can see the guys trying to push the boat open. We've got the navigator out. Mark Oakley's out. Brad Marsden is out. That is absolutely massive, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the way to cool off. That was absolutely huge. Ho, 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 ho. Brad Marsden, the driver, is out. Mark Oakley, the navigator, was parked right up the top there. He didn't need to see what was going on. He could see that Brad was certainly getting out of the boat in a very big hurry, and I've got to say that Brad Marsden got out of there very, very quickly indeed. This is going to take some time to sort this one out because it is going to the bottom of the pond.
Right, there's a fair bit of water in that, and I've got Brett Thornton here, and Obsessed has just come up the ramp. Mate, nice tidy run. You're still getting a bit of air coming down that straight in front of the commentary there. It's sitting here in the pits watching. It's a bit bloody flighty.
Yeah, Chris, yeah. But we didn't hit anything this time.
I did well, mate, and beat PK. PK just sat there and went, damn.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Nah, good stuff, mate. Good run.
Good on you, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's why you don't want to take your eyes off the track for a second. That is the second boat that has gone completely upside down in the water. Normally you see one per season. We've seen two today. So if you think that these guys aren't trying, you are absolutely wrong. And joining me in commentary is Glenn Simo Simpson. Mate, you are one of the major organisers here at the Keith Diesel Dirt Derby. What a cracker of a day.
Thanks, Cavey. Oh, the weather's been absolutely perfect, hasn't it? My job is just to round up the troops. You know, we've had a great committee that have built this track. Special thanks goes to Matt Moldhouse. He's just kept pushing on and pushing on. So well done, Matt. And I think Sonia will be glad when this is today's over, and you might get to see him. And a big thank you to the Diesel and Dirt Derby committee and the show committee. Without the support of them, we couldn't have done this. It was just it's probably nearly a bit bigger task for volunteers, but we got it there. So a big thank you to the Derby committee and the safety crew boys from the footy club. And today's been really good. Gate numbers are up. So and a big thank you to Grant. I don't want to mention too many names, I'll miss some, but Teddy was probably an instigator also when I rang him, and he said, yep, we can run with the AFJSA insurance. And then it was game on. So we said, we'll build a track and you'll come and race, and it's all worked out really well, Cavey. So big thank you to the earth movers from Bordertown and Keith and Tintinara that have all chipped in and helped. I won't mention names, I'll miss one, but everyone's been absolutely tremendous. So thanks again, Cavey.
Oh, no worries at all, mate. I've just got somebody on the phone here that I've just got to get a bit of information from, mate. So, look, do a bit of a run through with some of the sponsors. I've even made it a bit easier. I've even put them out there for you. And it's massive congratulations to you and the team here. I'll let you run through that and give us a bit of information on what's going to happen. We'll be finished here at 5. Plenty more to happen after that.
Thanks, Cavey. I'll probably just go through what happens on the main arena. They've got some circle work happening now. The motocross is finished. So we've got 3:15 the circle work, 3:45 the spud race, 4:15 the jump car final, and then we've got the tank demonstration at 5 o'clock, which will involve a crushing of a few cars and a couple other surprises. Another aerobatic display at 5:15, 5:30 the header demo derby, and 6 o'clock V8 boat presentations and at the bar and the band till midnight. So there's a fair bit in front of us. Now I'll just run through a few sponsors here. Cavey, we've got a minute while the boys are getting the boat out.
Sorry, we just got a quick community announcement there, Simo. Sorry about that. Got a young fellow was found at the jet sprint track, sort of somewhere between the age of 2 and 3. He's over at the Secretariat office there at the main gate. So we've had a couple of kids go missing, but they're all safe and in good hands here. And it's great to see the organisers just so well. The communication here has been absolutely sensational. here at the jet spreading, we know what's going on. People are getting lost. We're getting them found. We're getting them reunited with their families. Geez, I tell you what, it's almost like being in Africa. We are just reconnecting families around the world here today, mate. So, look, mate, now, I missed what you said. What time's his head of Demolition Derby? I'm the only one in the country, and I'm really looking forward to that.
5:30, the head of Demo Derby's on, and we've got Tony Passon, our local member, in there. I'm not sure that he's going to win. I reckon he might have a bit of a target on his back. That'll be very interesting. There's about 18 headers, I think.
Yeah, right. That looks fantastic. I did know that one is brought to you by somebody's pet dog or something like that. I did notice on there that was written on the side of the header when I had a bit of a brief look earlier. And I think that is absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to that. What a day, what a crowd, fantastic publicity, fantastic promotion. I know we're blowing a fair bit of wind up your collective clackers, but you absolutely deserve it.
No, thanks, Cavey. It's been great from the support from AFJSA too, with the committee, advertising and everything. It's been huge, and we've tried to do whatever you've asked, and the track obviously by next year should have grass all over it, and make it a lot easier for the boat drivers too on Tip and Cavey.
Yeah, that's it, mate. But what we're most interested in this weekend is to make sure the crowd is happy. And I tell you what, I've not seen so many bingles in jet spreading for a number of years. And, let's face it, mate, we all like to see good racing. And, when I'm not paying for the damage, we all like to see a few little incidents on the water as well.
No, it is quite exciting. I might just run through a couple of the sponsors. Is that all right, Cavey?
Well, absolutely, mate.
We've got Agnew Drilling. They're from Tintinara. He put the bore down for us over here. We'll drill the hole. And did a great job there. Well done, Aggie. Aussie Farmers Group, one of the major sponsors. You'll see him up in the bar there, and he's got his promo gear around, so thanks, Michael Winnett. Central Header Parts, they're up there by the bar, got a stall, thanks, Dean. And CMV Trucks, Justin and Jono, they've got some trucks up there, great supporters of us. Diesel Performance Solutions, he's got a stall up there, go and see Crash. Farmers Centre, all the tractors are being cleaned up by them, well done. Limestone Coast Earth Movers, Brett Harris, he moves the tank around and he brings his grader down, and he's really into his tractor pulling. He might end up with a jet boat soon, Cavey, I reckon. But,
that's what we want to see, mate. We want to see more boats on the track.
That's it. And also Lion Nathan, they're getting a fair work out at the bar there, I think.
Well, as they should. It's a hot day. You need to keep the liquids up. Yeah,
we've got Matson Motors, Millie Tuggy and the boys down there do a great job. Neil's Parts Australia, Spitwater, obviously Spitwater good supporters of the jet sprint track.
Look, they've been doing a great job keeping the commentary windows clean for me as well.
Oh, that's great. And we've got the JCB, they have sponsored the bar there, so we've got all JCB telehandlers running around to keep them happy. I think he told me he was going to tip one in, give us one today.
Oh, beauty.
That's good. I don't know whether his boss knows about that. Also, we've got a few in-kind sponsors there, Buck and Kay Schreiber and James. They've dug all the holes for us, and we've got Ben and Anthea Brinkworth, and Densley Earth Moving, Eagle Contractors, Envirotech, Envirogen, Gaskell Contractors, Hines Bobcat Hire, KD and HM Garricky and Boys, MBL, RL Taylor Earthworks, Webb Earth Moving, and Webb Haulage. Geez, that's a fair mouthful, Cavey.
Mate, you've done extremely well rattling that one off. What about the next page?
Nah, you can do the next page a bit later. You probably want to talk about boats now.
Well, absolutely we do. We'll jump onto that day. Simo, thanks for coming up here, mate. Thanks for everything, and we will see you at the bar very soon.
Thanks, Cavey.
Righto, mate. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, give Brad Marsden and Mark Oakley a big round of applause for their exciting stuff on the track. Hey, information just to hand. Adelaide Crows girls team just won their grand final 35-29 against Brisbane. What a cracker. That is awesome. Jeez, I'll tell you what, don't we love it when the girls beat the Queenslanders, the banana vendors, rub it into them.
Jeez, you make it sound like you know something about footy, Cavey.
I do, mate. I do. I know plenty about it.
Hey?
Yep.
Watch the girls' footy, do you?
Yeah, absolutely. Way better than a bloke stuff. Way better.
I've got Brad here, mate. He's sitting astride the boat. They're just hooking her on, so I'll get a word to him in a sec. Find out what happened.
Yeah, I can say nearly sunk it.
Yeah. For a bit of a washout. She's a bit bloody bit knocked around down there at the back too.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's 3 out of the top 9. Everybody who gets up through from now on will progress into the top 6 in the Group A, but you've got Brad Marsden. Let's hear firsthand what happened from him.
Yeah, I got Brad here. Mate, what happened there?
Yeah, just sort of got a little bit excited about where I was and how it was going, and I overtook myself.
Overtook yourself, but no, you were pretty tidy. A couple of little dents and things there, mate, but you'll be back to fight another day.
Well, the sponsors got a bit of coverage, didn't they?
That's it, mate. So bad luck, and we'll see you next event, eh?
Cheers, we'll be back.
All right. Well, sports do not build character, they reveal it, and Brad Marsden's certainly one of those characters as we go racing again, Spitwater style, with Justin Roylance and Peter Hodge. The way this is going in this top 9, each and every boat after this will make it into the top 6. 3 of them have all come to a sudden screaming and shuddering halt. They will see no further part in the day. All Roylo needs to do at this point is just circulate, get around the track. Do not try anything silly. Do not overthink it. Do not underthink it. Don't oversteer it. Don't understeer it. Keep the boat in the middle of the channel. Get around and he will progress. So that will be a very positive thought process there for Justin Roylance. Just needs to get it around the track, and that's all you can really ask. So now he will be opening it up. Now, once he gets back towards commentary, this sharp left-hander here, this one has caught him unstuck a couple of times. Oh, very nicely through there, Roylo, just very, very slowly, but he's got something going on, and he has just gone wrong way. Will Roylo throw himself out when all he needed to do was circulate? He's shaking his head. I can see that from here. He was going to stamp his authority on this so hard that he would have created a dust plume in Antarctica. Got the boat fired up again, and unfortunately that is the end of the day for Justin Roylance.
He is not going to be a happy fella.
Oh, that is an absolutely sad way to end the day. All he needed to do was get the track rotation right. If it had taken him 4.5 minutes, he still would have progressed into the top 6. He has thrown it all away. Mark Garlic now, Team Grumpy. The marine mechanic from Queensland, Rachel Parsons, doing the navigational duties. Garlo, the same deal applies. Just circulate, make it to the top 6, and then play from there. The 22-year-old tough tack hull, Mark Garlic at the helm of the Grumpy vessel for Breakaway Marine. This boat in the last couple of runs has been sitting a lot better. We saw it bouncing, porpoising, skipping, jumping, doing all sorts of horrible things in the earlier in the day. Seems to have the boat settled down. Certainly not at top pace. He doesn't need to be, just needs to drive smart to progress. A little bit wide around that right-hander. Garlo under the split, where's he going to be? Out to a 39, he's about a second off where he'd ideally like to be, but he doesn't need to push it too hard. Progress and it will be fine. Then it will be hardcore going in the top 6, or grab the bit of barrel on the far side. And Garlo there with a 56.905. So Mark Garlic into 4th fastest there, but he will progress into the top 6 only because the other guys keep wrecking it, throwing it away, bidding the boat.
Just here with Justin Roylance in the Outlaw, mate. All you had to do was get that time and you were in the top 6. How you feeling? I know that's a dumb question.
Yeah, I've heard some dumb shit, but that's about it. So, no, we had some lights coming up in the dash, just did my head in, and we can't afford to damage anything, so, you know, just backed it off, and 3 most famous words in motorsport. Where's the esky?
Righto, mate. Well, a great day's racing, great effort, and we'll see you next event, huh?
Definitely, mate.
All right, Greg Harriman now, Sammy Leonard. So Greg Harriman, the driver, Sammy Leonard doing the navigational duties. They've had a lot of trouble with the starter motor on this boat. And Greg Harriman has hit just about every bit of the track that's out there outside the waterline. He's hit the barrels, he's hit tyres, he's hit islands, he's done all sorts of things. He's oversteered it, he's understeered it just there. So Harriman, all he needs to do is get around the track. The same applies. He will make the top 6 providing he gets around the rotation okay, doesn't put it up on the dirt. So the split is out to a 41, nearly 42 seconds. That isn't going to matter. Just get the boat home safe, Greg, and you will progress. So Greg Harriman now easing it back. He'll open it up down the back straight, give it a little bit of a tickle down there. And Greg Harriman with a 61.102. And that will round out our finalists for the top 9 for the International Group A category, and they will progress into the top 6 with Greg Harriman. Slowest to fastest will be the man on the water there for the Pink Boot Foundation, Greg Harriman. Mark Garlick in the Grumpy vessel. It will be Paul Kelly in the orange number 40, Brett Thornton in the green 2 Obsessed, and Ben Hathaway in the Weapon. We are now going racing with the methanol-sucking monsters that are the Unlimited Superboats top 9. Excalibur, this will be Tony Gustozzi. Gustoz had an off-track excursion earlier in the day. Damien O'Leary doing the navigational duties. Gustoz had a bit of a laugh when he went off track last time, as he tends to do. He's a very exciting driver, throwing plenty of water straight up into the commentary tower. Gustozzi's lost it too. Oh no! Tony Gustozzi has thrown it all away.
Mate, how did that thing not roll?
That is incredible that it didn't dig in and flip those guys. So, wow. These guys and girls pushing so very, very hard indeed. And this is just phenomenal. We are going to need we'll probably need the trailer or the jet ski. So the jet ski is going to make its way out over there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Tony Gustozzi and Damien O'Leary. Give them a big round of applause.
Mate, just here with Greg Harriman in pink boots. Mate, that was a pretty tidy run, really. I know what you're doing. You're making this bloody thing dance.
Yeah, well, after Hugh's rollover, we had quite a few issues there, but bent in the side, straightened the steering. We've got 2 left fins on that we had to cut down, so one's sticking out the back further, but yeah, no, it was good. And just felt good to get around there.
Yeah, mate, so one could say you're up against it a bit, but sometimes when it's like that, it's just good fun to drive.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely good fun. The starter motor doesn't want to let us start, but it's coming through right at the end, so as long as we're patient, we'll get there.
All right, mate, well run.
Ta.
Wow, what an exciting day of jet sprinting. Chris, have you ever seen so much carnage in one day of jet sprinting?
No, mate, it's starting to add up now, but when we had a chat this morning, we thought that there might be a bit of this getting towards the business end of the day. The guys are... that's the thing about jet boating, you sort of... your comfort zone, you race within your comfort, but that ain't going to win a race. You've got to step so far past your comfort zone, and this is when it all starts to go wrong.
Yeah, the unravelling can certainly happen fairly quickly indeed, and we've seen a lot of that.
I cannot believe that boat went about 20 metres, skimming sideways, dead sideways, and never hooked and rolled. Honestly, Cav, that is one of the flukiest things I've seen.
Yeah, I must admit, mate, I was about to go. That is the 3rd one upside down in the water. Very fortuitous. So in some aspects you get some good luck out of bad luck, and it's like when people say, oh geez, I tell you what, he was lucky that he had a crash and only broke his leg. Well, I never ever see that as lucky, because he had a crash and broke his leg.
Yeah.
These guys got out of it pretty well.
Yeah, and I think possibly I would say that it's not over for Mick. I'm betting that they might be able to put this back in the water and Mick will be able to finish his run.
Well, let's hope so, because that is the end of Tony Gustozzi And Damien O'Leary, of course, it is sudden death now, so we'll get this boat back up onto the trailer. And it looks like we've got Daryl Hutton down there in Victorian American Imports boat. We've got the Maniac with Tremaine Dukes. We've got Teddy Sagidis down there as well. And yet to come will also be Desi Fonzie Mullen in the Ramjet vessel, still up in the pit tent. So he won't be rushing down here at any rate of knots at the moment.
It really is. Just all you got to do is get around. Anything could happen here at this event, and even Nutsy, he might get on the podium if they bit more carnage.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daryl Hutton, as we know, he's been having a bit of a ragged day. And as we said, if he was a bald man, he probably would have won a hairbrush for a prize. But there you go. Hey, Chris. What does frozen beer, bird pizza and pregnant women all have in common? Somebody who didn't get it out in time. All right, as we move forward with the racing, so, there's Damo and Gustoz just on the way back. He gives us a wave up in a commentary tower. Good on you, boys. Thanks for putting on a show.
Well, Tony, I'm just looking at him there, mate. He's looking a bit glum, not happy.
Yes.
He's usually got a bit of a grin on the face, but not right now.
No, the furrowed brow.
Yeah. I know this feeling. You're just sort of wishing you could have one more go, but they won't let you.
No, race directors are pretty harsh like that. Paul Burgess now in the daily transport vessel now coming down onto the ramp as well. So we've still got plenty more action, but wow, the carnage is happening here. Sensational. Hope that if you're not watching live, that the people around the world are watching it on the live stream. That is available through the v8superboats.com.au website. Check out all the race information there. You can also follow the V8 Superboats on Facebook as well, off your Facebook or Twitter and all of those social media things. Not too sure how they generally work. Not really up with all that sort of thing. The last thing I understood was smoke signals. All right, it will be Ted Sagidis now. Now, when we had a chat with Teddy a little bit earlier, we asked him how he thought his day was going. He said, you know what, it's not finals time. I'm just circulating at the moment. Wait till the big show comes. Will the big show come in the top 9 this run? Or will it be in the top 6? Teddy Sagidis, who got off it big time up the top part of the track. Maybe he's waiting for the big show into the top 6. Is he going to play the cat and mouse game? Do just enough that he's going to carry him through to that all-important top 6. From there are no cat and mouse games. From there, when you get into the 6, you have to go hard, because if you don't, you might as well not bother, because the rest of the boys will. So big Ted Sagidis, 360degreebolt.com. Revolution in steel frame constructions through the split, 37. Oh, nearly grabbed the inside there, turned in a little bit tight. That could have turned ugly. Got out of it, got himself a get out of jail free card. Slow across the top part of the course is Ted, opening it up towards the finish line, and a 55.599. So Ted Sagidis playing the smart game. He's gone 2 seconds quicker previously, but he's understanding how this rate of attrition, he's actually taking out half the fleet on the way through, played the long game, so that'll work very, very well for him. It is now going to be Daryl, Hard Nuts, Hutton and Mick Parry.
Just a quick one, Tony. Mate, bit wild. What was that all about?
I just hit a little shelf before the corner and just launched me. You know, it's a bit disappointing, but let's just have one of those days.
All right, mate. Well, bad luck.
Thanks, mate.
So, Daryl Hutton, the boat has behaved like an absolute bull. It has not done anything that he's wanted it to do. He takes 2 bites into the roundabout. They've tech screwed the strakes on the boat. Literally put roofing screws through the hull to hold the strakes together to get a little bit of handling happening. they've bent fins, they've ripped the intake grill out from underneath the boat. They've had an absolute nightmare. But I can tell you one thing about Daryl Hutton and Mick Parry is these guys never lie down until they get no more further opportunity. The boat bouncing, the boat bobbling. The split was well out of where he wants to be. Daryl Hutton is also a very experienced campaigner. He will not throw this way in this latter part of the lap. Open it up down the back straight. Post a time and hope for the best, and it's a 59.005 there for Daryl Hutton. Good to see him actually getting around the track and posting his fastest time of the day by about 1.5 seconds. So now it's a waiting game for Daryl Hutton to see if he's going to progress into the top 6.
Just a little bit of news on Excalibur. Hull-wise, not really damaged, but unfortunately there is a little bit of work to be done because they picked up a bit of sand and that, and they went down the funnels on top. So not a good thing.
Oh no, that's not what we want. The dirt into the trumpets. The Maniac now, twin turbo TJ, out on track at the moment. This guy, the boat is aptly named after him, the Maniac. Twin turbo, 478 cubic inches. Dials it up, has not gone sub 50. Doesn't need to do it. Looking pretty smooth, looking pretty comfortable out there. Doesn't look like he's stretching the legs of the boat. They have had a few issues. They had ignition issues. They had all sorts of reverse bucket issues. This split's going to look pretty good, and it's a 34.050. So TJ in the Maniac. Now in the latter part of this lap, there's only a third of it to go. Ease it down through there on the accelerator. Show what the twin turbo can do. And TJ will progress with a 49.8 seconds. Great run, TJ. Oh, I tell you what, now he's knocking on the door of Fonzie Mullen.
I'll tell you where he did it so beautifully. When he came through the finish line here for the first time, and you do that really hard hairpin to the left, he did that so beautifully. He got a heap of time there.
Yeah, certainly a brilliant drive there from TJ. Very impressed with the way that run went. And that is the way that you want to start moving into the top 6, so he will definitely progress. Kiana Lucas there doing the navigational duties and doing a wonderful job. So next it will be Paul Burgess in the daily transport machine. Paul Burgess comes into this round with his best time. Let me have a look here of a 59. So 59 and some change. So he'll want to be getting down into a lot lower there to be progressing any further. Matt Foote doing the navigational duties. Paul Burgess from Canberra. Matt Foote from Temora in New South Wales. So lining it up now. 412 cubic inch supercharged. 1100 horsepower off the line. Oh, Burjo. Oh, just feathering it. Maybe he's playing the game as well, just hoping that he's got enough through attrition to be able to progress. Oh, Burjo really wide around that right-hander. That's where Tony Gustozzi came unstuck. This little kink at that top channel at the top part of the track has been causing havoc for plenty of people. So how's Burjo going to look on the split here? It's well down with a 40.042. Oh, got up onto the barrels. Lucky to have got away with that one. That could have spat him out as well. All right, Burjo's just going to have to line it up. Paul Burgess across the line, 59.625. So that puts him well down the list, some 9.5 seconds off the pace of Tremaine Duke. So that is an eternity So I dare say that Paul Burgess will be lucky to progress, but the way that this has been going today, ladies and gentlemen, plenty has been happening.
Just got TJ here, mate. TJ, great drive.
No, thanks a lot. I tell you what, we're working pretty hard out there, but it's starting to play the game, but you're only ever 2 inches off catastrophe out there, so you've got to just watch your step and make sure it stays in the wet stuff.
Yeah, that's you're dead right there. But your driving style, just watching a lot of the other guys, they're pretty, they toss it around a bit and all that. But you actually do some of the corners a lot different than the other guys, and it works for you. And and there's one I've got in mind there, but I'm not going to run through. But unbelievable, and that's where you're really going to gather some time.
Oh, appreciate it. I mean, I always try to drive the next corner ahead because these things are that fast. If you get into the corner you're in, it's going to overtake you. And then once the boat overtakes you, you're never going to catch it back in that time. So.
No, that's dead right, mate. But great drive, and everybody went up when you got there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done, TJ. Fantastic to see those times coming down into the sub-50s now. That's putting the pressure on the next boat to face the starter, which will be Fonzie Mullen, the man from Ramjet Racing. Ramjet cold air induction and exhaust rip shift, GM Motorsports, GCG Turbo Smart, Gill Engineering, Sign Perfection, and K&N Filters. Kelsey Gill is doing the navigational duties here. Fonzie Mullen has won 4 Australian championships back to back. And, he got second place at the last round up there at Tamora. TJ in the Maniac beat him. Fonzie is a man who doesn't like to be beaten. And, his quickest time is a 49.145. TJ is a 49.8. So at the moment, Fonzie's got the wood over him, but anything can happen, as you just heard from Tremaine Dukes. 2 inches offline, and it can be catastrophe.
So it's interesting watching Fonzie down here. He definitely has a routine before he comes off the trailer. He he psychs himself up, a couple of revs, pushes the car a couple of feet up the ramp, and then all of a sudden he's ready, and he just signals the guys, and they get him off the trailer quickly.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of a struggle with that one. Not too sure if the trailer wasn't in far enough there, but anyway. So Ramjet cold air induction. This is a methanol sucking monster. This boat will use about 20 litres of fuel in a single run, 527 cubic inches of injection. Fonzie Mullen off the line now, straight up into that top chute, rapid rate of knots. The water has calmed down beautifully for him. Now he's just spoiled it, he's mixed it up. Now Fonzie Mullen needs to keep the boat in the water. He won't be trying too hard to beat the time that Tremaine Duke set. But Fonzie Mullen, a true racer, he wants to go hard and fast in every possible aspect that he can. Needs to progress into the top 6, into the first split. Where's that going to be? A 34.6. Tremaine Dukes was quicker by half a second. So Fonzie Mullen, Kelsey Gill, into this latter part of the lap now, down that crowd side of the straight and in, and this is going to be good, but not that good. Blew it out to a 51.195. Fonzie not pushing it. Still a very, very quick time though, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that. Mind you, Fonzie has gone 2 seconds quicker than that.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Cavi. Fonz just putting in the hot lap, maybe figuring out a couple of the corners, ready for the really big hot one later on.
So this will be Derek Sagidis now, the A and B driven boat of the 360degreebolt.com. Teddy Sagidis, the A driver. Desi now launching off the line. Mitch Malthouse, one of the local fellas doing the navigational duties here, into the Spitwater roundabout and launching off the line. This is looking a great run here for Desi. Really got his head around this track rotation. 900 horsepower at his disposal in the Macraft for an SDM 8.5-inch jet unit. Coming into the first split, all spun the wheels just a little bit. 34, Desi Sagidis in, out, backwards, and it's all over. That is a very disappointing end to the day for Desi.
He won't be happy.
Oh no, that is a very, very disappointing way to end the day. And I just sit there and go, oh no, how terrible is that?
Just a quick one with Fonzie here. Fonz, a real tidy lap, mate. You're looking really, really smooth out there. You're looking good, and I've been around for a while, and I've watched you for a while, and I know you have a hell of a lot up your, not a hell of a lot, but you are going to suddenly put in a blind.
I was a bit slow, mate. 51, gee.
I know you were, but you're. I think you're foxing.
Never.
Never, he says, Cavi, but he said it with a hell of a grin on his face. So.
Yeah, a lot of the mind games going on in the paddock, ladies and gentlemen, where blokes like Fonzie will just come out and do just a lazy sort of 51, and sometimes I go, I had a little bit of trouble here and a little bit of trouble there, and we've seen it right around the world where people will just go, okay, he's having a little bit of trouble. If I push a little bit harder and put pressure on him, and the pressure is actually a big mind game in the pits even before these guys pull the helmet on. So, a lot of foxing, sheeping, all sorts of little games like that going on each and every time. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Derek Seguidis and Mitch Malthouse. So, very disappointing end of the day. So that means that we've got Glenn Spider Roberts now in Victorian American Imports. And I had a chat to Spider. Now, the bloke's about 6'7", trying to get into a boat that's got a seat designed for Nutsy that's about 5'4", I think.
We likened it to putting a praying mantis in a matchbox, mate. And it pretty much is that way. He is all knees and arms.
Well, he was telling me that he can't put his foot straight, mash the accelerator, because if he does, his knee will get jammed under the dashboard. His left knee is on the dashboard, and as he's going around the corner, because he's all bloody arms and legs, every time he turns the wheel, he's wrapping the steering wheel around his legs or vice versa. So this is going to be an interesting lap. Daryl Hutton now going down there, probably going to say, well, just go out there and have fun, Spider. Bring it back if you can. And that's how it's going to look. But at the moment, it looks as though Paul Burgess will make it through Daryl Hutton at the moment. Ted Seguidis, Fonzie Mullen, Tremaine Dukes, they're the top five. Spider needs to get through it. So, I do think that all Spider needs to do is get this lap out, and he will progress into the top six. We've still got Mick Carroll still to come, so could be Paul Burgess on the bubble. Mick Carroll still to come in Excalibur. That is now coming down to the launch ramp area.
Mate, I just got Derek here quickly while I got a chance. Mate, rotten luck, but grinning from ear to ear. You obviously had a wild ride.
Yeah, I had an awesome ride. It's probably the best run I've had till that spot. It was only a spot I really wasn't too concerned about. I was more worried about the back. And yeah, I just tried to go a bit wide just to make that room into that corner. And the back of the jet just touched the back of the barrels, and that was it.
Oh, mate, well, you got lots of kisses when you got back. I'm not going to kiss you, but good run.
Yeah, look, Spider Roberts, ragged at the moment. Can't get his foot comfortable on that accelerator at all. Saw his head bobbling like a bobble dog coming towards commentary. He's all over the place. Just cannot get this boat settled at all. And I suppose when you're trying to get 4 foot long legs under a 2 foot dashboard, and he's not going to make it easy for handling. So Spider having a bit of a mission of it at the moment. He's wrestling this particular vessel. Oh, wide out, hit the tyres. Oh, hit the barrels, came back off them quite nicely though. Hit it at a good angle. Might be a little bit of damage to the underneath of the boat, but he's not going to worry too much about that. He's still on the race course. Not too sure. Well, he was just off the race course. Now he's back on the race course. Oh, Glenn Spider Roberts with a 64.407. I think he spent more time off the track than on it.
Hey, that was well called. He's on the track. He's off the track. He's, mate, he's hands full there, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. So Mick Carroll and Excalibur's going to round out this final run to see who's going to progress into the top 6. So at the moment, it is looking as though Glenn Roberts is on the bubble. Paul Burgess will make the cut. So Mick Carroll, the man they call Stratosphere. Well, the crew from the American Automotive Australia certainly happy that boat's back up on the trailer again. We're now starting to get set for our top 6 in our Group A category. The boat's starting to make their way down towards the ramp. Mick Carroll now setting Excalibur. He'll be under the stopwatch. The race controllers give them a certain amount of time, 5 minutes from when the last boat gets on the trailer to when they're ready to go. You've got Spider down there, mate.
Yeah, I got Spider, mate, and look, I got to tell you, I look inside this boat and Spider, your knees are higher than the dash.
Yeah, it's a bit hard in here, but thanks, Dusty, for the drive. It was fun. I definitely like the blown. That make me look at one now, so yeah, thank you.
No, mate, well, I don't know, you threw it around more than rode it around, but I'm not surprised here, mate. You really do. You have the steering wheel in your groin, so you'd have to wonder which one was driving.
Yeah, I got the points this time, so I'm happy. And yeah, it was interesting.
Nah, good on you, mate. We'll see you next event.
Thank you.
All right, so Mick Carroll just down on the ramp at the moment. The 510 cubic inch produces about 900 horsepower, does the Excalibur machine, now coming off the trailer, as you can see. So Mick Carroll, the time that he needs to beat to progress is a time of 64.407, so Mick Carroll certainly doesn't need to go out and set the place on fire, just needs to beat the 64. And well, Mick Carroll not too worried about much at the moment, just getting out there, getting amongst it. You can see that he's well off the pace, putting plenty of power going up the front chute, knows that all he's got to do is be smooth is fast. Daniel Kelly doing the navigational duties. So Mick Carroll just easing it off at the moment. He's gone the wrong way. Has Mick Carroll just thrown it away? Mick Carroll needs to come down this chute. Now he's back on track. No, he's not. He's still going the wrong way. Oh, Mick Carroll. Now Mick Carroll has got the rotation right, but all he needed to do was tickle the boat around. Now he's going to have to get a giddy up. He's going to have to get a big giddy up. He's on a 51. Glenn Spider Roberts. No, he's lost. He is discombobulated in a very big way.
Geez, the way this is going, mate, it'll just be those who finish are on the podium.
Yeah, I reckon that's how it's going to go. So, Mick Carroll...
he wants to have another go.
Yeah, I think he does. He's just trying to get the rotation right so that he can actually gain some further points for the Australian Championship. That's what he's doing. So this could end up interesting. Oh, now he's missed that as well. Righto, that's a wrong way. We got so confused up here that I don't know how that's going to go.
Hey, mate, he better come home or he'll run out of fuel.
All right, so this is the way it's going to look for the top 6. It's going to go Glenn Roberts, Paul Burgess, Darryl Hutton, Derek Scooter, Ted Scooter, Fonzie Mullen and Tremaine Jukes in the unlimited category. We'll reset and get ready to go. Top 6 in the Group A category. And the way this is going at the moment, it is absolutely red hot. We are going to see blokes and boats pushing themselves so very, very hard. I'll just take a quick breath of fresh air and we'll be back in a minute.
I just got Mick Carroll here, just back in Excalibur. Mate, I'll tell you what, you went a hell of a long way.
Did I get a time?
You got a time, but no, I think you actually messed up again towards the end there. So, okay, Mick reckons he might have completed it. So I'm sure there'll be a bit of discussion about that. And if you have, yeah, you got a time, mate. So, but yeah, just lost the way basically.
Yeah, mixed up 11 and 12.
All right, mate. Hopefully you're still out there.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we are now going into the top 6 of the Group A category. This will be Greg Harriman. Not with top 6, but well, they got 5 boats just due to attrition. Wow, what a weekend of, or day of racing here at Keith at the Diesel and Dirt Derby for round 2 of the Australian Jet Sprint Championship. Greg Harriman, every time he's gone out, he's hit just about everything. There's not one part of the track that he hasn't hit. He's had the skegs have been an issue. Oh, Harriman, bing, bang! Walla, walla, bing, bang. Greg Harriman has stuck it up on the beach.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, beach, bro.
Beach, bro.
Beach stairs. What are you doing, bro? Dude, on beach stairs. Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, Greg Harriman well and truly beached up there, so that is the end of him for the day.
Mate,
Wow.
the way we're going, we're going to have to put the Group A's of the Superboats to get a field.
Yeah, well, absolutely. So that means it's, well, it's down to 4 in the 400s. Mark Garlick, Paul Kelly, Brett Thornton and Ben Hathaway. So, well, there's still those 4 have got to fight it out for the final 3 places to be able to run off against one another. So we've still got plenty of carnage going out there. Geez, I tell you what, the safety crew have been working very, very hard indeed. Don't worry about that. And I'd like to say g'day to Scott Jensen. Cheers from Canada, he reckons. The track looks good, but as he pointed out, it's a little bit challenging. Scott Jensen hoping to, one of the Canadian jet sprinters, hoping to come out and race in Australia in the 2018 season. So we very much look forward to that one. So another jet ski rescue might be an opportunity just to take a little bit of a short break, give the tonsils a bit of a rest. Hopefully you guys have got plenty of rehydration facilities up there. The old slip, slop, slap. Don't forget the steak burgers at the JCB bar. They are sensational. Geez, I tell you, Chris, old Greg Harriman, he's had one of those weekends, hasn't he? It's sort of a little bit like Nana's 2-year-old relish in the back of the fridge. Very hard to identify the good bits.
Yeah, mate.
So, ladies and gentlemen, give Greg Harriman a big round of applause.
I think he's pretty excited, Cavi, because he reckons he can have an early beer.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, disappointing way to end the day for the Pink Boots Foundation. So don't forget to go to info@pinkbootshire.com.au, or for more information for the Pink Boots Foundation, call 1300 979 916 as we go grumpy style racing with Mark Garlic. And Garlo, one of these blokes who this boat has been bouncing, porpoising all around the track all day. Hopefully we'll get it settled down a little bit. And Garlo is now coming in to face the starter, Rachel Parsons, doing the navigational duties. So, Grumpy off the line now, straight up that chute into that tight right-hander. You get up there very, very quickly indeed. So, Garlo into the Spitwater roundabout, lines it up. Geez, the boat hit that crosswash absolutely spot-on-ski. That was really good drive there from Garlo in that part of the track. Now, coming into that right-hander through the washing machine. The boat settling down into that right-hander. He hasn't been able to have the boat settled into that at all. So, the right time of the day to have the boat finally settled. Oh, gets it porpoised into the left-hander. Got through the right-hander by the hair of his chinny chin. There wasn't much in that one. Garlo now across the top part of the course. He'll set the flag going. The split was a 37. The total time was a 54.206.296. Sorry. So Garlo will be pretty happy with that, and obviously setting the pace for the final three runners, which will be Paul Kelly, Brett Thompson, Ben Hathaway. So PK will be the next boat out.
Mate, just got Greg Harriman here at Pink Boots. Look, all I can say is it's fought you all the way, mate.
It's been one of those weekends, yeah. Nothing's gone right, but and that one was the silliest. Got a face full of water and thought I'll pull my visor up and forgot to turn.
Mate, that's always a problem.
Yeah, no, but it's been a good weekend. It's been a great weekend at the track. Great racing. Lots of carnage, but that's obviously good for the spectators, and so good to see so many people here enjoying it.
Yeah, mate, and that's for sure. And while we've got a chance, how about you just have a little talk about the Pink?
Yeah, well, the boat was formerly Pangea Racing, and through Hugh and myself, Hugh's daughter was at 26 diagnosed with cervical cancer. So we decided that we'd set up a foundation to look at raising money because of the Olivia Newton-John facility that helped her out so much. So that's why we've wrapped the boat in pink, and we'll go around Australia and just make everyone aware so people, go and have those checks for things, because that's how it came about.
Oh, mate, great effort and great racing, and we'll see you next one.
Thanks, mate.
All right, Too Obsessed now with Brett Thornton and Lynn Thornton, reigning Australian champions. And Brett just tickled it around last time out, and he will be doing exactly the same here. The time that he wants to beat to make sure that he can progress will be a 54.296. So that's all he needs to beat, and then he'll put Mark Garlic under pressure, and Garlo will be sitting in the pits waiting to see what goes on. He'll also be putting Paul Kelly under pressure, and indeed Ben Hathaway, the boat, the Stinger, a little bit bouncy around the right-hander, the top part of the course, now to the far side of the track. Open it up through here, the Too Obsessed machine with Brent Thornton at the helm, the split of 38.047. So that isn't too bad. He's about a second off where he really would like to be. But Brett Thornton won't be worried about that. Will he be able to bring the Too Obsessed machine home at a great rate of knots? Brett Thornton across the line with a 55.150, slower than Mark Garlic. So that's going to put a little bit of pressure on to PK and Ben Hathaway. But Mark Garlic, with Brett Thornton posting a slower time, will now progress into the top three.
Just got a quick one here with Mark. Mate, you're all grins?
Yeah, mate, that was pretty good, actually.
Pretty good, actually. Come on, mate, you're pumped.
I am. It's pretty good to be in the top three again.
Yeah, no, you.
Time.
Mate, it's just that sort of track, isn't it? You, as long as you get around, and you got to be there at the end, and that's where you are.
Well, that's exactly right. There's a lot of competition here in the top 8 boats, and yeah, to be here is really good.
Yeah, no, well done, mate. Congratulations, and we look forward to the top 3.
All right, so it'll be PK, Paul Kelly and Matt Gow now coming out the Anaconda boat. Have a look at the Anaconda snake eyes on the bow of this thing. Beautifully prepared boat. The time that Paul Kelly wants to beat is a 55.150. Did Brett Thornton go too slow? Did he think about it too much? Has he tried to play too many sneaky games? We're about to find out, because PK is out on track at the moment and looking reasonable out there, all taking a very wide line into that right-hander. Came out really wide, really opened up the apex of that corner. Now into the far side of the track. This will be bringing us up to our first split. Pico, the Anaconda Eyes, the split a 37.390. That is right, that is faster, so PK going pretty good. A bit of a slowdown at the top part of the track. That's not what you want to do there, mate. Yeah, no, he's just gone wrong way. PK has gone wrong way. Now he's back on track again, but that is going to throw plenty at the time clock. The pressure. So PK with a 66 parks it on the bank, keeps the boat going, gives it a bit of a nudge, bit of a bow while stern wave over the back, over the poop deck, and PK has parked it up. He went wrong way, the pressure got to him, and wow, he's absolutely blown that time out. So Brett Thornton in Too Obsessed might have survived with Ben Hathaway to go. In fact, Brett Thornton will progress. Chris, you got Brett Thornton down there.
Yeah, I got Brett here, and mate, you got back in and you sat in the boat because you weren't too sure, and now Paul's PJ's he's lost on, mate, so you're in the top 3.
Oh, well, there you go, see?
There you go, see? You're just bloody cruising around out there, but you're not really. But, mate, you're top 3, so you've got to be chuffed with that.
Oh, yeah, mate. I reckon there's a skid mark there somewhere, but it's all good.
Yeah, you got to have one of them. But you're right there with Grumpy as well, so it's going to be a good finish.
Oh, the Queenslanders, eh?
Good on you, mate.
Alrighty, so this is Ben Hathaway and Lisa Ops. Alright, Ben Hathaway and Lisa Ops out on track at the moment. These pairing are the fastest in the Group A category. So the boat is the weapon. The Sprint Tech hull, the Scott 8.5-inch jet unit, Canaris race engines, marine airflow. Ben Hathaway looking brilliant out on the water at the moment. Now coming into our first split, where's he going to be? A 36, that is quick, that is the quickest. He's just got to be able to carry this sort of pace through and he'll be okay. He's throwing a fair bit of caution to the wind. He's still got to get to the finish to be able to progress to the top 3. Ben Hathaway with a 53.881, he will make it. So here's how the top 3 is going to look for the Group A category. It will be Brett Thornton, slowest, Mark Garlick, and Ben Hathaway qualified fastest. So that is the end.
Just here with Paul Kelly, mate, Zero Racing. Mate, you got disappointment written all over your face.
Yeah, I don't even know what to tell you. It happened so fast out there, and it's a split-second decision, and I made that wrong decision, so...
Yeah, mate, that's the hard and fast thing at jet sprinting, and you can be good all day, you can bloody be right there, and one little mistake and you're gone.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes our sport exciting, you know. That's why you do it, and we've got a great group of guys in the Group A, so next round, that's all we can do.
I was just going to say that, mate. See you next one, and you'll be a bit wiser.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Yeah, unfortunately, PK, he butchered that run worse than an Indonesian abattoir, and, well, He's going to be setting the rest of the day out. Very, very unfortunate, but his misfortune means the good fortune for Brett Thornton, Mark Garlick and Ben Hathaway. We are now going to reset the clocks and we are going to go top 6 unlimited methanol sucking monsters.
Just here with Ben Hathaway, bit of a debrief while they get it out of the water. So a very professional team. So I'll just wait and we'll have a chat, but he's got to be chuffed.
Geez, they're debriefing a bit, mate.
Yeah. Okay, we're up out of the water now. So Ben, top 3, which you've got to be really happy about, but you know, well and truly top 3. You're leading the pack, so feeling good, I'd say.
Yeah, just got a little bit of air down the back there, but yeah, just got to keep it together now, mate. The last couple of rounds of popping out the top 3, so move on.
That's it, mate, and I love it when you say you got a little bit of air and you're you never go to cracked up.
Yeah, she loves it. Come for the ride.
All right, mate. Well done, and yeah, let's focus. Let's get the top 3 done.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
All right, now we are getting set to go top 6 in the unlimited category, and this is the order in which they're going to run because we have an A and B driven boat with the Victorian American imports of Daryl Hutton and Glenn Spider Roberts. Daryl Hutton will approach the starter first out. He will have the first run, and Glenn Spider Roberts will take the final run of the top 6. This is going to see who's going to make it in to the top 3 of the unlimited category for round 2 of the Australian Jet Sprinting Series. V8Superboats.com.au for all of your information, and don't forget, check out 1-800-SPIT-WATER because that's what it does. We only got, let me sit there, I've got to count them, 6 and 3, and 3 is 12 more boats to run for the day in this second round of the Australian Series. Daryl Hutton and Mick Parry, this boat. We're not seeing the best of it. It has got a supercharged Chevy in it. It produces 1,200 horsepower. Nutsy needs to put an exceptional time down if he's going to progress into the top 3. Will he be able to do it? The boat has been misbehaving all day. So, Nutsy a little bit more confidently off the line. It's the Spitwater roundabout. No, he's bogged it down again. Just not dealing with it at all is this Stinger hull. They've had trouble with the strakes, with the fins, with all sorts of things going on. And very, very tough day at the office for Daryl Hutton. So, yeah, really just easing it down. Daryl Hutton just not confident that this boat is going to hang on at all. So Daryl Hutton now into that left-right combination. That wasn't too bad. That's probably one of his best splits, believe it or not, and he's really only got about 35 to 40% throttle trace on this thing. So really absolutely wrestling it. You see that it's got the power. He's got the angry foot down there for Daryl Hutton, and a 58.997. I doubt that will be good enough to see him progress any further throughout the day. So Daryl Hutton now bringing that boat back to the start chute. It'll go back up onto the trailer. So it should be Paul Burgess next in the daily transport. Paul Burgess I've lost my piece of paper here. I tend to do this quite easily. Paul Burgess came into this final with 59.6. He's going to have to smash about 9 seconds off if he wants to feature at the podium end of the day. Paul Burgess now off the trailer. So Paul Burgess and Matt Foote, this boat produces around about 8 to 900 horsepower, supercharged. They can put the bigger wheel on it, but this boat is not going to handle the bigger wheel, the bigger power. Paul Burgess, plenty of power straight up the start line, just eases it into that right-hander. They've been having a little bit of difficulty with the boat handling of this particular hull. Doing a lot of work on the steering wheel is Paul Burgess, there is no doubt about that. Matt Foote, you can see his head bouncing around as they hit the crosswash. The boat just not as settled as you would like at all into that washing machine, the top part of the track. Oh, he ran a little bit wide, thought he was going to get up on the barrels up there. We've seen what happens when the boats get into the barrels, it all turns ugly. But Paul Burgess getting on with the lap, the split at a 40.489. Bang! Rolled it over. And that is the end of Paul Burgess, and Matt Foote just ran wide. You saw what the outcome of that was. Oh, another one bites the dust. Well, what did you think of that one, Chris?
Yeah. Mate, as you said, another one bites the dust. Pushing hard and a bit of a skippity-skip and you're gone.
Yeah, a little bit of a hop, skip and a jump, triple jump. Is not your style in jet spreading at all, is it?
No,
it's not going to help, so they're just going to roll that over very gently. All of the blood will be rushing to the boys' heads, but what the reason that they don't just roll the boat over willy-nilly, ladies and gentlemen, try to do it a little bit gently, just so that you don't rattle the bottom of the boat and the cage and all sorts of things and the animals within the cage. And very disappointing end to the day. Ladies and gentlemen, give Paul Burgess and Matt Foote a big round of applause.
Bit of a fire there, throwing heaps of water in the back, so that got them standing up quick.
Yeah, interestingly, methanol burns with a clear flame. So you always know when a driver and navigator are actually on fire because they run around like they've walked into a spider web and start acting fairly crazily. So that looks like it's under control. The rescue jet ski being out there. We've got the Sea-Doo out there. Obviously, the old jet ski's been parked up into the paddock there.
I'll tell you what, mate, something else is coming into play down here for these guys, these competitors, and that's the sun. I'm standing here looking at the track, and it's probably just popped behind a bit of cloud at the moment, but it is getting difficult for these guys, and you've got to remember they're coming back on their direction, and you go through a mist of water, and it makes it really, really hard to see.
Yeah, absolutely, and look, I know how hard it is to see out of the commentary window, mate, let alone being down at water level with spray coming along while you're doing 100 to 130 kilometres an hour. Because we will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, boats like the Maniac and boats like Ramjet will accelerate from 0 to 130 kilometres an hour in around about 1.7, 1.8 seconds. Quicker than a Formula One race car off the line, producing 2.8 lateral G's backwards into the seat, which is some of the G-forces experienced in jet sprinting is more G-forces than an F-111 fighter plane on takeoff. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of the power, the torque, and, well, the absolute mania associated with these boats.
Hey, mate, when was the last time you talked to Anne, your beautiful fiancée?
Oh, she's just easing up here in the commentary tower, passing me the necessary refreshments of water as the day goes on, mate.
You're a lucky man, because I haven't talked to my wife for 3 years. I just too scared to interrupt her.
Oh no, oh that is an absolute cracker. All right, there it goes, the boys from Daily Transport. Let's throw a little bit of music on and we will be back in a second.
Paul coming into the pits now. Everybody's giving him a big hand, so great effort under a very trying track, which has made it awesome fun. I'm standing beside, who would you be?
I'd be Matt Foote's wife.
Righto. You've just breathed or just let out your breath, so you've been holding on to your breath for a while, huh? Just grab Paul here, mate. You've had a great day and you ended up on the lip.
Yeah, that wasn't on the brochure.
No, but did it well, and looking at that, not too much damage, so just all the better for the experience, I guess.
Yeah, nothing the porta power won't fix. We're ready for the next round, no worries at all.
All right, mate, well, we'll see you next one, and well raced today.
All right, we are going to go Ted Seguidis now, Frankenstein and Triple X Racing for 360degreebolt.com. The revolutionary steel frame construction, 510 cubic inch. The brother Desi has thrown it out, making it a lot easier for Teddy. The water during that little bit of a hiatus between boats has settled down absolutely beautifully. Exactly what Ted Seguidis needs. Smooth conditions until you hit the crosswash. So Teddy Seguidis now pushing very hard, was an Australian champion in the Group A category, now in the Unlimited category, and performing beautifully at the moment, has been just doing enough to progress each and every round. He said he was really going to launch it at the end. The split was a 37, so he's in and around where he needs to be. He'll be pretty happy with it. He won't be worried about time at the moment though. So Teddy Seguidis, he naturally eases it up that back chute. Now into this finish line. Oh, knifed it a little bit in there. Teddy Seguidis, 54.988. And he is at the top of the table with Daryl Hutton at a 58. Paul Burgess obviously rolled it, bowled it, and cajoled it. Not cajoled it, but better than the other word that I can use in a family-friendly environment. So Teddy Seguidis there, that was a pretty good run. He'll be happy with that. So we've got the Maniac on the ramp, the twin turbo. We've got the 527 cubic inch of the Ramjet machine. So Maniac produces about 1,400 horsepower. The Ramjet machine produces somewhere around about the same. Fonzie Mullen, multiple Australian champion. He's come second in the world a couple of times over the years at World Championships. Hasn't been able to crack the big nut on the world stage, but certainly a very accomplished driver. Kelsey Gill doing the navigational duties. This is going to have to be quick. Fonzie Mullen, this is not the time of the day you play sheeping. His last run was some 2 seconds down on his previous best run. Into the Spitwater roundabout now, out of the roundabout, now into the right hand across from commentary. Fonzie Mullen on an absolute flyer. It's very, very quick. And went out really wide there, Fonzie. He was out so wide, I thought he was going to catch the ferry to Tasmania. So easy to get down now. Now open up the 527. Give it a squirt into the split. It is quick, very quick. A 34.022 for the split. Got the boat airborne out of the left-right combination. Now squeezing the throttle. Down the back straight he comes. Fonzie Mullen. What is the time going to be? It'll be good. 50.357. Both he and TJ have gone quicker. In fact, Fonzie Mullen has gone a full second quicker than that in the past. That will definitely be enough to see him progress into the top 3. Daryl Hutton now sitting on the bubble.
Just got Teddy here, just stepped out of Frankenstein. Mate, was a good clean run. You'd be happy with that?
Yeah, well, all day I've been saying just got to get through to the top 3. The top 6 we're going to have a go. There was a challenge from the 6, but we came here last time for practice and spent a week fixing the bottom of the boat. So to have the boat perfectly straight for the top 3 is going to give us a good chance to hopefully come first, if not get on the podium anyway.
All right, mate, we'll let Cav call this one.
All right, TJ on the track, 1,400 horsepower in the Maniac. And he wants to take it to Fonzie Mullen and say, you know, Fonz, I can get a time that he's going to rattle your cage. I beat you at the last round. What are you going to be able to provide? So TJ in the Maniac, as I said, 1,400 horsepower twin turbo style. So TJ 33 on the split. He's half a second quicker than Fonzie at that point. So TJ on a flyer, needs to get the boat home safely now. Oh, opens it up. Smell the methanol, and TJ 49.017, quick time. Ho, ho, ho. Wow, that is a quick run. Fastest of the day. So that is the end of Daryl Hutton. So Ted Sagitas now sitting on the bubble with Glenn Spider Roberts coming out. I'm not too sure that Spider's going to be worrying the drivers in the top 3. This is only his 3rd time out of the course in this boat. It has been behaving terribly. It's been behaving like a 2-year-old with a tantrum all day. So Glenn Spider Roberts up to the top part of the track. The Goodfellows coming on board and sponsoring him and doing a wonderful job at that as well. So Spider has had one of those weekends that you'd rather forget. So I dare say that Teddy Sagitas is going to be pretty safe in this area. Yep, so Ted Sagitas will be safe. There is no doubt about that. Spider just circulating now, gaining some points for the championship. All important points that go towards it. The time is a 44. Oh, he stuck it up on the dirt. Oh, he's touched the dirt on the other side, got away with it. Not too sure how he did get away with it. But Spider Roberts, at least he's getting some points for the championship. Oh, got it up on the barrels as well. Oh no, the bow of the boat really pushing down hard there. So just trying to have a look into the back of that boat. Well, that is the end of Glenn Spider Roberts, a 69.861. Here's how it's going to look for the top 3 for the Unlimited Superboats. It'll be Ted Sagitas. All right, so we've got our timing reset. Just waiting for the top 3 Group A boats to come down onto the ramp. Mark Garlick coming down in Grumpy. He will run second. Brett Thornton will be out first, and Ben Hathaway will be the last man through in the Group A. 6 boats left to run. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about jet sprinting? Do you reckon it's pretty good?
I love it.
All right, how about a bit more enthusiasm? What do you think of the jet sprinting?
Hey, that's pretty good.
That is a great response. That is absolutely fantastic. What do you think of the diesel and dirt derby?
What do you think of Cavi and Chris, the commentators?
Oh, we got a bit of a Bronx cheer. I think one person clapped their hands and the rest of them stuck their fingers up at us, mate.
That was it. Hey, mates, this is the business end of the event, top 3, and it's really good to watch the tactics here because, you know, as you pointed out, Jermaine's going to send the other 2 out first, but there's all the hedging and stalling because obviously the more the water settles down out there, the quicker you can go. So, you know, the race controller down here, he's trying to get them out there quick and keep them turning over, but these guys, they'll pull every trick out of the book to try and be slow.
Oh, absolutely. Now that it comes into this top 3 shootout, you are absolutely spot on. They will stall, they will wait, they will try to ring their mother to say g'day, that they're having a nice day. They'll get somebody to make sandwiches, provide drinks, all sorts of things. But I see that you got Nutsy down there, mate.
Yeah, I have, mate. Nutsy, tough day at the office, real tough, and you know, pretty much you got a boat with no straights, no nothing underneath it, and makes them hard to drive.
Yeah, as you can see when after Spider hit the bank out there, it's actually torn a strake off and torn 2 bars out of the grill and gone sideways across and blocked the grill, and so it's like doping nose into the water. And yeah, there's just about half the strakes are gone off the bottom now, so it's extremely slippery to drive. And I suppose we've got one thing that we haven't got any dirt on top of our roll cage today, which is pretty good considering others.
It is, mate. I'm glad you pointed that out. But, mate, just one of those days, and I'm sure you'll turn her upside down back home at the shed there and get her all sorted, and you'll be bigger and better next time.
Yeah, that's right. We've got 3 weeks to go to the next track, which is Griffith, which is also known as a killer track as well, and it has killed me a couple of times there in the past. So we will try our hardest to get it right, and yeah, she'll be motor out upside down in the shed and all sorts of stuff going on, and maybe more welding on those strakes or some titanium strakes or something, and yeah, get some different marine grey, aeroplane grey aluminium and all sorts of stuff, and yeah, we'll try again.
Yeah, try and get them stick on. But no, mate, great to watch you today. Always, forever the gentleman, and it's a pleasure watching you out there, and it's a pleasure interviewing you.
Thanks, Chris. There's only one good thing now, mate. She's bedtime.
That's what I figured.
And we'd like to thank our window washer as well, mate. You are doing a sensational bloody job. Jeez, I tell you, Vinny, you are doing such a good job, mate. You might need to start working on those high rises there somewhere.
You are a goddamn princess, mate. You're sitting up there in air-conditioned comfort with a bloke there in front of you, cleaning your window, looking after you. You've got the girlfriend there handing you the drinks. You know, the real work's been done down here, Cav.
Well, I recognise that, mate. Don't forget the air conditioning and the big office chair as well, mate. She's she's 5-star comfort up here, mate. It's a tough gig, but somebody's got to do it. And the wonderful timing people up here who keep giving me snacks and all sorts of things, who are doing a fantastic job all day up here as well. And of course our safety crew down there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my lovely lady and I a couple of days ago on our way up here, we picked up a couple of European backpackers, Matt and Marco, so we'd like to say good day to them. They're actually out in the safety crew out there today, so Marco from Germany, Matt from Belgium, and they just think that Australians are absolutely nuts. They have never seen an event like this, and they've got all their videos and everything they'll be uploading to Facebook, so don't be surprised. That is a very excited couple right there. Weapon Racing. All right, the last 3 boats. The unlimited category. It will be Ted Seguidas first out, followed by the Ramjet machine of Fonzie Mullen, and then the maniac of Tremaine Dukes. Do not take your eyes off the track for a second. All right, so there's plenty of action. Oh, I got the window wiper back again. Oh, things are working well. The tonsils are getting tired. I'll tell you what, if this doesn't make the hairs in the back of your neck stand up, you're probably, I don't know, there's something seriously wrong with you. You don't feel anything. All right, Ted Seguidas now. His last opportunity to dance. His best time previously was a 54.988. He needs to bring that down by some 4 seconds if he's to stand on top place of the podium. Teddy Seguidas, 360degreebolt.com, launching up the start chute into the Spitwater roundabout. The exit of that, absolutely sensational. Teddy said he was going to bring it in the top 3. He is absolutely doing that. So Ted Seguidas has put so much water up in a commentary we can't see barely anything. How's the split going to look? Ted Seguidas, 34. The split is really good. 34.235. He said he was going to bring his A game. He has bought his A game. Ted Seguidas, where's his time going to bring him? And a 51.049. Teddy Seguidas has ripped one out, ladies and gentlemen.
Mate, I'll tell you what, I'm out of breath after watching that.
Oh, what a run.
Well, mate, I got Ben Hathaway here in the weapon, mate. Now, you've got to be chuffed. Winners are grinners.
Oh, mate, it's been a long time coming. It's just awesome. It's just such a great day. The crowd, it's awesome. Just, hope we can get back here for two runs next year.
So how many corners from home were you when you thought, I've got this bugger?
No, I couldn't think it this time. I've done it too many times and crashed out and come third, so just had to put that out of my mind, and I couldn't ask for a better run.
All right, and Lisa the navigator, great job. And mate, you want to run through anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just my sponsors, Canaris Engines, Big Race Graphics, Montville Grove, my whole crew, and the crowd for coming out here. Thanks guys, you're awesome. Safety crew, thanks guys, and all the organisers behind the scenes here, Keith.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
All right, so now 2 boats left to run. Fonzie Mullen in the Ramjet machine. Tremaine Dukes now just easing his way down onto the ramp as well. All of the drivers and navigators all casting their eyes to the track. This is going to be a frenetic final. Teddy Seguidas has ripped one out, absolutely dropped his best time by some 4 seconds to post a 51.049. That is the time to chase.
Mate, I just got Teddy here quickly. Ted, you said you were going to throw everything at it. You bloody did.
Yeah, it wasn't for that corner. I reckon it would have been 49. Would have put the pressure on the boys, but now I'll just give them the trophies.
All right, mate. Well raced. Great watching you today. Good stuff.
Yeah, Teddy Seguidas and Braden Munro. Now it's a waiting game for those guys, but as we've seen throughout the course of today, it is an absolute game of attrition. And we've seen massive amounts of carnage. Fonzie Mullen just not going to be rushed off that ramp. He knows he's under the time clock. The team are very well vexed and told what to do in this situation. It is all calm. Go through the processes. Get the head right. Try not to listen to the commentators. So, Fonzie Mullen, Kelsey Gill. The engine is fired. 527 cubes of injected fury. They are getting their race face on, running through absolutely everything. Nothing will have been left to chance. Checking that the fuel pressure is working, checking that the oil pressure is working. The crew disconnecting the auxiliary battery to get the boat started. Jody Eli, one of the crew guys down there, Gilly down there as well, just checking everything's okay. Fonzie will not move off this trailer until he's 100% spot on, ready to go.
Mate, we know when he's going to go. A couple of quick blats on the trailer and they're off.
Just bringing that fuel pressure up just a little bit, making sure that everything, all the gauges on the dashboard are operational. Playing the game, seeing if he can upset TJ in the Maniac. He won't be worried about that, TJ. He'll be worried about his own preparation. So, ladies and gentlemen, hang on to your children, because these methanol-sucking monsters are so powerful, they will suck small animals from the trees and spit them out of the exhaust pipe. Fonzie. Kelsey sitting in the navigator's chair. The Sprint Tech is at the hull. 1,400 horsepower. Fonzie Mullen absolutely on a flyer. Runs really wide out there. Might have grabbed a little bit of bank on the way through there. A little bit untidy at the top part of the course. The boat flipping and flopping around like a fish on the deck of a boat. So Fonzie Mullen, the split was quick, very quick. 33.238, the quickest split of the day. So it is now Fonzie Mullen, the man of the moment, needs to really launch it into the spinning chute. And Fonzie Mullen, 48.912.
Mate, the pit crew's gone off down here.
That is incredible. The first sub 49 second run. Now that will put plenty of pressure on TJ and the Maniac. That was quickest time of the day, and what a time of the day to do it. Oh, we've got to get the window washers on this job, every boat that's coming out. Lucky there's only one more to see. Tremaine Jukes, will his crew tell him the time that Fonzie just posted? Or will the Team Ramjet have yelled that out to the skies to make sure that TJ knows? Will they be putting the pressure on him? Absolutely. This is where TJ, he will take a few breaths. He will try to slow down his heart rate.
Might grab Fonzie while I can here. Fonzie, that's the one you've been sweating on all day. You threw it out there.
It wasn't the best run, mate. The track's falling away. There's shelves everywhere. We nearly ran off. We lost a fair bit of time one section, but hey, we had a 48. It's going to keep him honest.
Real honest, mate. Great run.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll keep him honest. There is absolutely no doubt about that. And wow, Tremaine Jukes, his previous best time was a 49.017. So Fonzie has gone 0.1 of a second quicker. So Tremaine, 0.1 of a second, needs to do roughly that to beat the time that Fonzie Mullen posted in the Maniac now.
TJ's about to leave the trailer, mate. He's been sitting and thinking. He's really got himself psyched up for this one. So just coming off the trailer now. So everybody, hang on to your hats.
Kiana Lucas doing the navigational duties here. It is a Scott 9.5-inch jet unit, a 478 cubic inch twin turbo machine producing around 1,400 horsepower. The maniac for the final run of the day. TJ off the line. Oh, and aggressive, very aggressive into this all-important Spitwater roundabout. In and out like a gun, like a bullet. The bullet has been fired. Now you've just got to hang on. So Tremaine Jukes is looking pretty quick out there, a little bit slower for mine than Fonzie at this point in the track. Down the back chute, we're going to find out where the split is. TJ's going to have to get a hurry up. No, he's not. He's quicker. 33.218. So he's 0.1 or but nothing between them at this point. Tremaine Jukes into the finish. We're 48.327. Oh! TJ takes the win.
Mate,
wow.
Finish.
That was an unbelievable run. Wow, TJ and Kiana taking the win in the unlimited category, round 2 of the Australian Jet Sprint Series. TJ, back-to-back rounds, he's going to be absolutely stoked. That sets his championship up absolutely wonderfully. We hope you've enjoyed the jet sprinting, ladies and gentlemen. We are just going to allow TJ and Kiana to take the checkered flag for a well-deserved victory lap. In the meantime, I'd like to thank my co-commentator, Chris Kent. A wonderful job as always, mate. Thank you very much. To all the people up here in timing, to all of our safety crew, to all of our organisers, to the Keith Diesel and Dirt Derby, thank you very much for having us. For you, ladies and gentlemen in the crowd, we hope you've enjoyed it. It has been absolutely spectacular.
And from all of us down here, competitors, drivers, everybody, thank you for coming and watching our event. An absolute pleasure working with you, Cavi, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, you're going to see if we can get a bit of a word there from TJ, mate. They've actually got to refuel the boat from the look of that to get him on the victory lap, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Just fighting me way through the bodies here. I just grabbed TJ quickly now, mate. Never put a foot wrong all day. You had your problems at the beginning, but you're going to be happy now.
Mate, walking a fine line, he's saying that that was unbelievable. This boat is just an absolute awesome piece of machinery.
Mate, sure looks it out there at just that 9.5-inch pump. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, very, very happy with it. We really thought we'd struggle here, and I tell you what, it just brought it home. It was unbelievable.
And mate, you got to give yourself a bit of kudos there. You're not a bad on the pedal.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And also, Navigator did a great job. Anybody else you want to thank while you got the mic?
There's so many people we've got to thank, mate. It's a massive crew. The family, you know, I don't know how Fonzie done it for so long, mate. The work behind the scenes is just phenomenal. It stretches relationships and friendships, and everyone's just backed me up 100%, and this is unbelievable.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations.
Wow, that is...
One very happy man, mate, and he actually got a little bit emotional there towards the end, thanking his family and everything, but, mate, a big commitment from family, this sport.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Just what a run. So absolutely stoked. Just looking forward to seeing TJ get out there with Kiana and do that wonderful victory lap with the checkered flag. They got it, the way they're going at the moment, they had to use all of the fuel to get around there, so refuel it and restart it now to get it out there to do the victory lap.
Bit scary to think, isn't it, mate, that you run such little fuel that you finish your lap and you got nothing left to even do an idle around the track. That's running close to the wire, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and as we know, when these boats shut off, they do it in a fairly tragic manner sometimes, and but anyway.
All right, Cav, I'm going to turn it off. Thank you, everybody. I enjoyed coming over here from Perth.
Good on you, Chris. Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, rise to your feet and give TJ and Kiana a massive, resounding round of applause. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Caveman. Thank you very much. It has been absolute pleasure to be here today, and a massive congratulations to these two. We'll see you next time. Plenty more action at the Keith Diesel Derby yet to come, so stick around.